Recently on my channel, I did a video about my M4 Mac Mini and the M4 MacBook Air and how they make for a great combination, simply because one gives me a perfect desk setup and then the other gives me a perfect portable setup. And a lot of people are like, wait, why don't you just have one MacBook and then just use it on the go and at your desk setup, and that way you'll just have one really good machine. Well, I had an M1 Pro MacBook Pro, and that's how I used it for a good 3 years. And I got tired of just connecting things and everything. And one of the biggest things, which might seem like a small problem, but if you have a MacBook that you use at a desk setup and then also take with you, if you have a Magic Keyboard and a Magic Trackpad like I do, then it is really annoying that every time you come to connect your MacBook, you might have a one cable setup and you connect the MacBook, connects to the display, wonderful. But for some reason, the Magic Keyboard and the Magic Trackpad always take a while to connect, and it often ends up in me having to turn them off, turn them on. Whereas, like, if I go to my desk setup right now and I just literally press a key on the keyboard, since it's tied to the Mac Mini, everything just turns on and I can immediately start doing my work. So that is one of the main reasons. The other thing is that, okay, I could buy a dock that had all the necessary ports that I need for my setup, and then just connect that with one cable to the MacBook and then also take the MacBook away with me. But now I have to have separate dongles and stuff with my MacBook to have a portable setup, because I'm not just connecting one thing. Like, for example, right now, if you were to look at my Mac Mini, it has my printer connected to it. It has my display connected to it. It has a hard drive connected to it. And the Satechi dock also has an SD card slot. So if I want to take some footage off my SD card and put it on my Mac Mini, I can just simply insert that. But see, with my MacBook, here in this sleeve, I literally keep an SD card, then that's my reader, and then I'll also keep a charging cable, and then the hard drive that's connected to the Mac Mini, I also throw that in this sleeve, and I'm good to go. And that results in me not having any issue whatsoever. So you see, like, on the move, I have a very portable and light setup. One SD card reader, one SSD, and one MacBook, and you're good to go. But then when I come back to this space, I have a Mac Mini that is connected to all the different things I need, and it is good to go. I simply just press a key on the keyboard and everything just works. Now, all of the work that I did on the external drive when I was out and about, I simply just connect that external drive and connect it to the Mac Mini, and I can just continue working as if nothing ever changed, except I have this ultra wide monitor and I have a complete desk setup to where I can just do my work. Now, real quickly, I want to take a pause to show you this wireless charger and dock by Mokin. This is a really cool device. Like, not only is it a charging dock that has Qi 2, you can charge your iPhone and AirPods here, but what's cool is that with something like a MacBook, this can also become a dock for your peripherals. For example, you have an HDMI out at the back, so you can connect a monitor to it. And then at the front, you also have USB-A ports, so you can connect additional things. And lastly, a USB-C port. And you can do all of this while charging your MacBook through this side port right here. So it's a really cool product, really versatile dock, especially considering its price. I will link this down below in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Huge thank you to Mokin for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now back to the video that you're watching. Now, another reason that this is possible and why it made sense to me was just the performance of these devices. The M4 Mac Mini has wonderful performance at its base chip, more than what I need. I think more than what 99% of the people need, or I'll say 95%, because there are that 5% that need that extra power, performance, all of that. But for the common person, these devices, both of these, are going to perform exceptionally well. The only tweaks that you might have to make are in terms of storage and everything. And then if you really want to keep the machine for a long time, then maybe you have to bump up the RAM or something. But for me, it works perfectly fine. And just the performance that you're getting at these price points, both of these make sense to me. I'd rather have two dedicated machines for the dedicated work that I need to get done, and I'm good to go. So that's why I wanted to put that video out there, because if there's somebody that's looking at just one MacBook Pro, instead of putting all your money into one device, you can put it into two devices that can do two different things for you. For example, if you buy an AirPods Max, are those going to be good for every scenario? No, there's no way. You're not going to use those all the time. You're not going to use AirPods Max while you're driving. You can't. You need AirPods as well. So just like I have headphones that I use in the car, and then I also have the AirPods Max for when I need that higher audio quality. So sometimes having multiple devices just gives you more versatility as opposed to one device. And that was my main purpose. I replied to a lot of comments, but I thought I'd make this video again just so that you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, so that if you happen to be in a similar scenario, then this should really help you out. Buy either if you really need the performance, and if you really can make things work with just one device being one that you can plug in at a desk setup and then also take with you, that's great. But if you don't want to buy like separate docks and setups for, your desk setup and then also for on the move, then what I'm doing might actually be more helpful to you. Hopefully this video helps you out. If it did, give it a thumbs up because it really helps me out. Comment down below if you do have any questions or if you want some guidance. I do reply. And most importantly, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.